welcome back to the Jobless Bum channel. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day. Today we are going to be playing a little game of more or less, higher or lower, with Spotify monthly listeners. Basically, we will be given two different options. We will be given one musical artist's monthly Spotify listeners, and we will be given another musical artist, and we will have to guess whether the second musical artist has more or less Spotify monthly listeners. I think it should be a lot of fun, and I consider myself a little bit of a music guy, so we'll see how well I can do. All right, first up, we have Dax versus Ed Sheeran. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to see if Ed Sheeran has more or less monthly listeners, and this one's pretty obvious. It is more. 50 million. Ooh, we actually got a tough one now. Ed Sheeran versus Justin Bieber. Here's what I will say. I think this is more because Justin Bieber recently released a project. I don't think he's irrelevant. He has multiple top charting songs. And Stay with the Kid Laroi is actually near the top of the charts. So I'm going to say more. 73 million. Justin Bieber's near the top still. We got Justin Bieber versus Lady Gaga. I'm going to say this is less. Just because Lady Gaga hasn't dropped anything recently. Justin Bieber, as I said before, dropped that new project. 40 million. We got Lady Gaga and Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy, pretty good, but they haven't released anything in ages, and they're kind of irrelevant. I'm going to say less. We got Fall Out Boy versus Dua Lipa. I'm going to say Dua Lipa has more. I think that's pretty obvious. She's very relevant nowadays. Okay, next we have Dua Lipa versus Ayaz. Ayaz was the guy who did Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out, got me singing like na 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 every day. I got my iPod stuck on replay. That was a banger back in the day. He definitely has less. That is a banger though. One hit wonders versus each other. Ayaz versus Soulja Boy. I'm gonna say it. I'm a colleague of Soulja Boy's, as Soulja Boy is a pretty prolific Twitch streamer. We are colleagues. Thank you very much. Soulja Boy knows who I am. But I am going to say that Soulja Boy has more monthly listeners. Ooh, that was closer than I thought. I think that replay is kind of viral on TikTok. We got Soulja Boy versus Marshmello. Marshmello, very relevant nowadays. He's still releasing bangers with a lot of artists. I'm gonna say Marshmello has more. 41 million. We got Marshmello versus Snoop Dogg. There's no way Snoop Dogg has 41 million monthly listeners. Snoop Dogg is more relevant for his other stuff than his music nowadays. I'm gonna say less. Mad respect, Snoop Dogg. I didn't think it was gonna be that high. I thought Snoop Dogg kind of fell off. I guess he's still got that post-Super Bowl bump. Next up, we got Snoop Dogg versus Kendrick Lamar. I think Kendrick is probably a more relevant artist, but he also hasn't released anything in 5 years. He did release that song with Baby Keem. I'm going to say more for Kendrick Lamar. That was much closer than I thought. All right, next up, we have Kendrick Lamar versus J Balvin. J Balvin, probably more known amongst English audiences for his McDonald's meal than his music. But J Balvin's got some bangers. He was on that Cardi B song, I Like It. Also has some Spanish language hits. Reggaeton is pretty poppin' right now. So I'm going to say J Balvin has more. Why does this picture look like one of those Facebook profile pictures taken during parties when the people can barely look at the camera? Sheesh! He's not even looking in the camera either. He's kind of looking in the camera, but he's not looking at it at all. It's kind of unsettling. I'm gonna say J Balvin has more. Easily more. 52 million. He's one of the top Spanish artists. Okay, we got J Balvin versus Pixie Lott. Just based on the fact that I don't know, I've never heard of Pixie Lott, I'm gonna say she has less. We got Pixie Lott versus Breaking Benjamin. Breaking Benjamin, one of the favorite bands of divorced dads everywhere. You know, hard rock, not quite metal. I like some Breaking Benjamin songs. Needless to say, I think Breaking Benjamin has more. And they have 5 million. Now we have Breaking Benjamin versus Juice WRLD. In case you don't know, Juice WRLD is one of my favorite artists. One of my most listened to artists of all time. So I do love Juice WRLD. And he did pass, but he's still been releasing music. He recently had a posthumous album released. I can say 100% certainty Juice WRLD has more monthly listeners. We have Juice WRLD and Miley Cyrus. I think if Miley Cyrus she's a featured artist on that song with the Kid Laroi, where it's like, can't make a wife out of a hoe. Oh, that one was pretty viral. But I don't think she's the lead artist, therefore she doesn't get the monthly listeners for that. It's a tough one, but I think Juice WRLD has more. No! Oh, rip. Sad. All right, I think that was a good first round though. Silver medal. I'm gonna not stop until we get gold. The goal is to get a gold medal. I don't know how many I need to get a gold medal. We'll try again. Okay, Cardi B versus Ed Sheeran. We saw that Ed Sheeran had like 60 million or something, right? Something crazy. I think Ed Sheeran has more. Ed Sheeran versus Mike Posner. Mike Posner, kind of a two-hit wonder. He had that song Cooler Than Me, and then he also had Took a Pill in Ibiza. That song is not relevant now though, so I'm gonna say Mike Posner has less. 14 million. Selena Gomez. I do like a fair amount of Selena Gomez songs. Won't say she's one in my rotation. I would say either of these are in my rotation. But I think Selena Gomez probably has more songs, considering she was like an actual pop artist for a long time, and Mike Posner literally had 2 songs. Now, granted, he went in more of like a acoustic direction, so that probably stunted his popularity. Not saying that his music is bad, but I don't think he's as popular as Selena Gomez. So I'm going to say Selena Gomez has more. 40 million. I didn't think that was going to be that much. We got Selena Gomez versus Big Shaq. Big Shaq, known for "Man's Not Hot, Take Off Your Jacket, Man's Not Hot." I will say that was a good meme song, but there's no way Big Shaq has more monthly listeners than Selena Gomez. At least 782. That's crazy. We did see in the previous round, Ayaz. It's the battle of the one-hit wonders, the kind of meme songs. I'm going to say, I think we saw that Ayaz has more. Yeah, he's got 6 million. But we do got Ayaz versus Eminem. Definitely Eminem has more. So we'll say Eminem has more monthly listeners. 40 million. This is a tough one. Rihanna versus Eminem. I'm not so sure about this one. Rihanna literally hasn't dropped anything in like 6 years. But she was one of the top pop stars of her era. On the other hand, Eminem has been semi-recent in his releases. He got 40 million. I'm going to say Rihanna has less just based on the fact that she hasn't released anything recently. No, it was so close. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll give it one more try. Rudimental versus Logan Paul. I don't think Logan Paul releases music. I don't know who these people are, but in no universe do I see Logan Paul having 12 million monthly listeners. Same here. Logan Paul versus Ariana Grande. Obvious. Queen Ariana has more than Logan Paul. I love you, Will Smith. No universe do you have more monthly listeners than Ariana Grande than a year that's before the year 2010. 7 million. Good for Will Smith. Got Will Smith versus Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa definitely more. Miley Cyrus less than Dua Lipa, but still a fair amount. She's got 41 million. This is tough. We got Miley Cyrus versus Travis Scott. I love Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott probably has more than 40 million. That could just be me, but I feel like Travis Scott is one of the most relevant names in hip hop, right? I'm going to say Travis Scott has more, and especially Travis Scott also has like the, is it Kendall Jenner? Or is it Kylie? One of the Jenners. She's got that going for him too. So I'm going to say Travis Scott has more. Oh, barely. We got Travis Scott versus Craig David. Now, Craig David, I think is British. I think I did like one of his songs for Twitch Sings Karaoke back in the day when that was still a thing. In no universe does Craig David have more listeners than Travis Scott. So we're going to say less. 5 million. We got Craig David versus Liam Payne. So Liam Payne, former member of One Direction, I believe. Definitely, I think will have more than Craig David. I would be shocked if former One Direction member didn't have more monthly listeners than washed up UK pop star. That was a lot closer than I thought. Sheesh. It's the battle of the Brits, because I think Liam Payne is Brit. He's either British or Irish. And we got AJ Tracey, one of my favorites. I like a lot of AJ Tracey's music. He's a UK rap star. He drops a lot of football bars, so I gotta love that. I think he's a Tottenham fan though, so don't like that as a Chelsea fan myself. I'm gonna say AJ Tracey has more. What? Oh my days. That's crazy. I was not expecting that. Well, fair enough. That was the more or less game though. So if you do want to try this out yourself, I will put a link in the description of the video for you to try out. Thank you so much for watching the more or less game with Spotify monthly listeners. Hopefully you had a fun time watching the video and guessing along. And let me know your thoughts in the comments if you were surprised by any of the rounds of the game, or if you have any other thoughts about the video, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear them. Again, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you did end up enjoying the video, and stay safe.